Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Luxury Live Show. Here with me today, and let me get it right this way. Yep, is actually Amy, my
Hey
co-host
guys.
at Partner in Crime. It's awesome. We see people coming in, and we see messages coming in as well. So, if this is your first time to our live stream, this is a weekly live stream that's hosted on my channel and Amy's channel, alternatively, where we talk about all things luxury. It can be luxury bags, or mainly luxury bags, actually, just everything luxury. So today we have a follow-up topic from last week. So if you haven't watched last week's live stream, we started off talking about other bag brands. Amy's favorite brand is Chanel. I love LV. So we used to talk about that a lot, but we had some requests to talk about other brands. So we did that last week with Slice, and I'll link that down below. But today we've got even more brands. So let me start off with showing the slides.
Yeah, so last week we picked a few of the, just hottest bags from 3 brands, Bottega, Fendi, and Dior. They all happen to be very bloggish bag too, like blogger bags.
Yep.
So this week we're going to talk about...
So this week we are going to go into, I think I skipped. So this week we're going Saint Laurent, Givenchy, Prada. We had quite a few requests for Prada and Loewe. So this should be interesting. We got a lot of eye candy for you. So same like last week, we are gonna Amy's gonna share first because I actually went to the store to take some photos. So let Amy start off with your thoughts on the bags, what do you think about it? Do you like it and everything? And then I will chip in. Okay, let's start off with Prada. Okay.
All
this
right.
is the Prada re-edition.
So this is the leather version. I see that you're trying the leather version, correct?
Both.
Oh, actually, you tried on both. Okay.
The one right there in the middle, that is nylon. The one on the right side, that is leather.
All right. So the reason why I'm starting first is because I did not try on these bags. However, Kat did, as you can see on the pictures on the modeling shots. So I'm going to give my thoughts first. And so my thoughts are based on just the look itself and just the description. And then Kat will give her thoughts. So of all the Prada bags, which you're going to see in the following slides, this would probably be the top 2 that I would personally be interested in. Not to say that I will get it necessarily. This definitely gives me, very Muzi pochette vibe. Now, I know that Kat mentioned in maybe a previous live show that this bag is actually, it was out first. It was done first by Prada. So who copied who, we don't know. But regardless of that, I love it because it's very, very reminiscent of the Muzi pochette. For me, it's just a very comfortable, very practical bag, just kind of everyday errands, but you can still kind of downsize. I love that the strap is flat, just similar to the Muzi pochette. I love that you can just put it on your body, get in and out of your car, like just very, very relevant for now, 2020 with COVID. With the nylon, I think I prefer it over the SAFFIANO leather, just because with fabric it's always just more comfortable, more malleable. The SAFFIANO, actually I'm not a fan. I don't even like the look of it. It just looks a bit too rigid for the style. So yeah, I like it a lot. I think unless I tried it on in person, I'm not falling in love with it, but I do like this one a lot.
Good comments. Okay, so I'm going to clarify the point about who came up with who first. So that was the first essay, like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So this essay, when I went and tried on, I asked the same question. I was just kind of like verifying the information. I said, why is it called 2005 re-edition? So she explained that the design that you see on the left side, just the picture, that is the re-edition. So the bag has been reintroduced with this kind of shape and the chain. So it's not so much of who copied who. These essays don't get their information right. But basically the re-edition is this design. So just on the design itself, my thoughts is I actually really like the nylon version. The SAFFIANO leather, like Amy said, is too rigid, and it's actually, I don't know, it just didn't give the vibe of something more casual, because the whole bag itself is very casual. I actually like this bag quite a bit. I mean, I like my multi-pochette. But one of the things that the multi-pochette lacks compared to this is a little bit more extra space. So if you can see how much I've stuffed my bag at the top mid corner, this bag fits a lot and it still looks fairly slim. I think it's because it's nylon and it can, it's a bit more like soft. Yeah, soft. It packs a punch. You know, there's so much things inside there. I've got my compact powder. I've got my, O case. What's that white thing there? Oh, that's my AirPods. I've got my 6 keyring holder. I've got a rechargeable battery at the bottom. I've got 2 more things hidden at the bottom. So if you're looking for this kind of style and you need a little bit more space than the multi-pochette, assuming that you only want 1 pouch, this is it's actually a really good option. Plus the price point is only 1,007 Singapore dollars.
That's so true. The price, I really do agree that it's a great price. So, Kat, since you had the chance to try it and you own the LV version, if you were to have to redo it from scratch, which one would you pick?
Oh man, this is tough. This is tough. I wonder if Clara is here. I was talking to Clara.
She's here. Yeah, she loves hers.
Where is she? Is she here? Okay. Clara says that she actually loves her Prada more, and I can understand why. This is probably my fourth time trying this, and it grows on you. I think the multi-pochette is also the same kind of bag. It grows on you. I think with the black, it's so versatile. So if I had to do it again, no, I think I'll just get both.
That's a good answer. You know why? Because it's true. The more I see it, and because I fell in love with the practicality of the multi-pochette, and I do agree with the space. Yeah. It can be an issue because the multi-pochette, even though you do have 2 pouches, practically speaking, you're gonna use 1 pouch at a time, because the front one, just like the back one, if it's really filled up, the front one is hard to get in and out of it. So I feel like this one with just the 1 pouch, you don't have to think about it. I mean, the 1 main compartment, and it's still a different look. It's still a different bag, right? It's nylon versus canvas, and it's black versus monogram or any other color that you choose, which actually, looking at all the colors that is available, I do think that this is
the best.
Yeah, it would be a great additional bag that you want to add to your collection if you're into this style.
Yeah. So definitely you might see an unboxing by one of us. But okay, one more point that I want to share about the nylon. The essay was actually really nice. She was at the Paragon Mall. So she was saying that this nylon material, the one that they're using, is very, very sturdy. It's actually parachute material. So it's literally like, actually she used the word indestructible, but I don't know. But it's really tough, which is why they say Prada's nylon is so good. So she was telling me that as well. Okay, next one. This other one, the re-edition. So apparently this is the version that came out first. Then they changed the strap to be the chain strap.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the second bag that I was saying earlier, that this would be one of the 2 bags that I would personally be interested in the bunch that we're going to end up showing you today. Reason being, so this is just a really simple, kind of like a little shoulder bag. I think I just like it because of the classic look, and I love that it comes in so many different colors. If I were to get this bag, I wouldn't get it in black. I would get it in like a beautiful beige or a pink or a blue, like just something different, because it's just so fun and the price point is so good. I would almost think of it as it's kind of the similar price point of pochette accessoire, right? It's actually cheaper than the pochette accessoire. If I actually no, it's about the same. Yeah, so about the same price as a pochette accessoire, but it's a handbag, right? And I just love that it's simple, but it's it's so chic. Like I've seen it styled so chicly with just like a blazer suit or a blazer dress and wearing this with a pair of heels. It's just so simple and so elegant at the same time, but so easygoing. And I mean, this is basically the same style pouch as the earlier one, which means that it will still fit a lot. So essential wise, you don't have to worry about it. You probably can even fit a couple more things in it. I like it. I really like it because of all the choices of color. What about you?
Totally agree. If I were to get this one, definitely it will be in a pop of color. Like when I went on the website to pick like the pictures on the left, oh my gosh, there are so many colors. It's like eye candy. And yeah, I won't get black. I will definitely pick like, I like that bright yellow. I think it's fun. Or pink. Yeah, that would be a nice one. And the price point is actually reasonable. I mean, if you're not really like wanting something too flashy, but you do like a bag that is, you know, it kind of looks like a night bag, a date bag, can be casual as well. Actually, this is a good one. Plus, like she said, it's indestructible. This will last you a really, really long time. You don't have to worry about weather, no leather. So yeah, it's actually, I can see why Prada brought it back. It's one of their really good like ladies bag, right? I feel.
Yeah, and I like that it's a re-edition, right? So it's something that was brought back from the archive. Just knowing that it was an older style and it's in trend again. But I like modernization as well. So I like that it's been modernized. They probably added this clochette thing because I don't know how the first one is, but like they probably added this clochette thing and just, you know, the material probably is a little different. Yeah, I just like that about it. And look-wise, it's just so simple and something very affordable as a luxury entry item, I would say.
Totally. Okay, let's see. Okay, this one I forgot to take a photo, but this is also another really popular bag. I believe somebody just revealed this.
Yes, I saw Claire Chanel.
Claire, yeah.
She
did.
revealed this in her haul video. I think it was her collab with Luisa Viaroma. So there's this color which is the classic, but then I think the ones with Luisa Viaroma, they're like exclusive. So there's the black nylon with white leather, and then I think it's black nylon with green leather. Okay, so my general thoughts about backpack is that you have to have a certain need for it. So for me, from this size of backpack is quite large. I don't really know what I would use it for, but as a backpack and just looking at the price and knowing it's a luxury, even though you're just getting mostly nylon, it's acceptable still. It's still in the acceptable price range. Definitely great for travel, I think, if you like this kind of bag for traveling. You do have to reach to your, you do have to kind of reach in and get things, which is why I would think traveling is probably one of the best use for it. Other than that, I don't know if I would use it as a work bag or even as an everyday bag. For me, it would be too cumbersome. Yeah, I wouldn't personally get it, but if I got it, it would be because of my appreciation for luxury and the appreciation of the nylon material of Prada and just maybe the style, because it's quite simple at the same time. What did you think? Did you try it on actually?
This backpack, I tried it on almost a year ago. And I tried it on after Caris from LV Lover CC talked about it. I think it was a year ago. She had it, right? She had this bag and she was raving about it. So I went to the airport, I tried it out. And I was thinking, yeah, it's kind of nice, with the material. It will be rainproof. It fits a lot. It's quite a big backpack. But I ended up not getting it just because of what you said. I would only be using it for travel. And it's a very casual kind of travel bag. And I don't know, would I use a backpack, like a Prada backpack for traveling? I don't know as well. So, but if I did, actually, it's a really good buy because the price is, in the mid-tier range of a luxury. And it's really, really tough. So roomy. It's got an extra pouch. I like the fact that it has 2 pouches outside, so you can put like little things, and maybe your extra spare cash you can just grab easily. You don't always have to open the big compartment. So in terms of space, it's got a lot of it, and like it's nylon, it's soft, so you can actually like put jackets and everything inside. So yeah, like you, I don't think I would necessarily get a backpack. But if I would, I think it would be a very good choice.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a good choice, but yeah, because I feel like when I spend this kind of money, I know it's there's value in this item for sure, but only if you really need it. If you really need it. For me, on a daily basis, even for travel, I don't feel like I need a Prada backpack for it. So I wouldn't spend the money. I would just save it for something else. That's my point. But I do like it though. That's the thing. I think that's the same sentiment for you, probably.
Yeah. I think maybe because I'm personally, for me, because I know it's like a Prada brand. I know the vibe is casual, but I just feel like it screams a little too casual. Like it doesn't give me the luxury feel, especially when I'm paying $2,000 for it. But I get the vibe. So I don't know. I'm in between. But if I need it, it would be a good choice. Okay, this one, I just randomly grabbed this, and she was saying that this is actually one of their very popular bucket bags. And it's unique because it's slightly different from their usual bucket bags.
Okay, it's funny that she says that to you, because my first impression when I saw this, of course, based on the pictures, is that the shape is rather flat. Like it's quite a pancake bucket bag. And I love my bucket bags, but I guess I do have a preference for the shape of my bucket bag. This, maybe I'm just not used to it, but when I saw it, I'm like, and then it was like $2,900 plus tax. That's well over the $3,000 mark. I'd rather save it for something else. Like I'd rather get the Petit Noé that you just got. I'd rather get a Chanel one, like save a little extra and get a Chanel one, a seasonal one. There's just something about this particular one, especially with the shape, that I'm like, it's interesting, but no. Maybe, I don't even know if it's trendy is the right word. I just almost feel like, is the design a little bit too out of my comfort zone? Is that I don't know. There's something, I can't point the finger. I'm sure some people appreciate it. And it's funny that she says it's very popular. So what else did she tell you? And what's your thought on it?
Okay, so this is, she only told me that it's pretty popular. It comes in lots of colors. Comes in 2 sizes as well. My thought is, my first impression is that it's kind of cute. Like that's like first impression, right? But my immediate like logical brain tells me that this is not a practical bag for me, because it is one of those north-south bags, right? It's very long and it's very slim, but it's obviously not as slim as the what's the one from LV again?
Sakla.
Yeah, the Sakla. It's not as slim as that, so you still can be able to open and find your things at the bottom. The other thing is, it doesn't have a lot of security.
Right.
Yeah, it's only like I didn't take a picture from the top, but the closure between the 2 sides, it's a magnet. It's like one of those magnets from for LV favorites bag. It's sort of soft, but not really strong kind of magnet. So it kind of like clips like that, and you can easily open it. I get that it's a bucket bag, but just logically, it's one of those bags that it's cute. I'll bring it out for a day out. It's one of those bags that I don't know how much use I'll get out of it. But it's cute. It's cute. Not a bag that I will go for, because firstly, it's very expensive. 3,300 Singapore dollars is definitely up there. I've seen this on the resale market. There is a reseller around my house here. I mean, not reseller, like a secondhand shop, selling it for half the price.
Oh my gosh. Already. And it's a popular bag.
I know. So it's like,
Well, you know, the thing is with this shape, because with this shape, since it's slimmer, you can say that it doesn't have as much depth for as a bucket bag. Because usually with bucket bags that are completely open, because I do own the Fendi one, which is completely open, the Mon Trésor. But the way you stuff the bag, you fill all the space so that the stuff doesn't easily fall off. So you would probably have to do that with this, but then the magnet thing kind of gets in the way in a way.
correct.
Yeah, just shape just makes me wonder.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. I'm just not that attracted to it, to be very honest. I think it comes down to that probably.
What do you all think about it? What does everybody think? Make sure you guys are commenting as we go with the slides. We're just giving our commentary as we and we'll come back to your comments. All right, let's move on to Givenchy. I think I looked at 2 bags. I can't remember right now. Okay, yeah. So this is the newly popular bag, Antigona Soft in the size small.
Yes. Okay. So first impression, I have never tried it, but first impression is that I love the size that you tried. So if I went with an Antigona Soft, and by the way, I really like this look versus the classic Antigona, because the classic one, oh, I call it the classic, but you know, the version that everybody knows is quite structured. And I have a gripe with kind of like the speedy style of bag. It's just something that there's something about it that annoys me when I have to get in and out of it very frequently. One of the issue is because of the zipper with the, you know, the regular Antigona. I feel like the handles just get in the way, but that's just me. You know, I know a lot of people love it. I know a lot of people use it for work. But when I saw that they came out with this, I immediately liked it a lot more. It's just, there's something about being a bit more slouchy, more malleable that appeals to me. It's still going to be a black hole, which is why I would go for the small size, I think. And I still like that, even though it's still called the Antigona, but in terms of depth, there's actually a lot less. It's a little slimmer, so it feels more elegant to begin with, and maybe it's a better black hole than the classic one. I don't know how heavy it is. I hope that it's not super heavy, but you can comment on that. But basically, I'm a big fan of this. It's quite expensive, but considering that the bucket bag earlier was like over $3,000, I think this one is, I don't know, this one just gives me a lot of good vibes and just gives like, I just feel like there's way more value in this bag versus the earlier one, which is why I like it a lot more too. What did you think about it?
Totally. Okay, so let's go back from the price, right? So I tried this bag when I walked into the mall. This was the first bag I tried. Then as I went around, I went into like Prada. Just the price point, I was like, what? This is 2.6 and that was 3.3. So okay, let's talk about the bag. If you can see on the right side, next to the model, to get this shape, you need to actually clip, like they have like 2 belts at the bottom and there's like a buckle at the bottom. So you have to clip it so that you can get this kind of like ears, and it looks like a little human that's doing like this. To get that shape, you have to actually buckle it in. That only applies to the small. The size up, which is the medium, because the leather, there's so much more leather and it's heavier, the ears naturally fall by itself, and you don't actually have any kind of buckle that you need. So I think that's the pictures that we always see on Instagram or on the website that have this like slouchier look. With the small, you actually need to help it a little bit to be slouchy, because it's not very heavy, and it doesn't have enough weight to give that slouch. So when you don't buckle it, you can see in the middle, it looks sort of like a briefcase, a very slim briefcase, which is actually, you know, at first when I looked at it, I was like, oh, it looks like a briefcase, kind of weird. But now that I think more about it, you're kind of getting like 2 bag looks in one, which is actually quite nice, right? The more I look at it, I kind of like it. The other unique thing about this bag is, if you see at the bottom left corner, take a look at the zips. They are, you know, when they have a 2-zip, what do you call it? Like a 2-zip, normally it closes together, but if you can see the two zips together, now it's actually open. So she was explaining to me, this is like you can be a left-hander or right-hander, whichever way, to open your zip, and it will open. So when you close it, the zips have to open to the side to close, compared to the usual double zip where both zips have to be on one side.
Oh, I did not know that. That is really cool.
Yeah, interesting, right? Because I was like, is there something wrong with the zip? Did they sew it wrongly? She's like, oh, it's made this way. So you got probably get used to it. You probably need to like, oh wait, hang on, I have to, open it this way. Yeah. Okay, the only thing that I think is a little maybe something to think about is when the bag is in its folded shape. When you actually open it, because it has this like a concave, like a dip inside, if you have things at the bottom of the bag here, it's a little bit hard to find because it's hidden by the leather, right? It's stuck at the corner. So you got to kind of like shake it to take it out. But other than that, the bag's small. It's not really a big issue. But that's something I noticed because when I opened it, I was like, oh, if I have something stuck at the corner there, I won't see it, right? Yeah, for the price point for this, I think it's much better than the original Antigona. I actually like it much more. I like that feel of the bag.
Yeah, there's just a modern feel to it. And then, like you said, you kind of get two bags in one, because if you use it kind of as a briefcase, it's kind of like a work bag, right?
Yeah.
And then if you want to just go from day to night, at night, you can just cinch it in, and then it becomes another style. It's really cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And the price point is pretty good. Okay, so this is the big one. We'll just, go through it. So you can see, there's no need to cinch the sides down. The bag naturally falls because it's weighted. It's heavy. This is heavy.
It does look heavy, but it does give me very blogger vibe too. This, I don't know if maybe the larger sizes will they do as well as the small size, just because in general the trend is towards the nano bags and the mini bags. And plus that this one is a little heavier. You probably want to be a bit like you probably have to have a specific need for it, either as a work bag or as a travel bag. But even as a travel bag, I think that's too heavy. I don't know. What did you think about it?
Actually really heavy. It is actually really heavy. When I picked it up, the first thing I asked the sales, the essay there, I said that, wow, this is heavy. Is it popular? Are there a lot of people buying it? Because for me, even when I lifted it, I was like, wow. She's like, yeah, it's really popular. But now with the smaller bag that is recently launched, they do see a higher request for the smaller version. And the bigger ones are sort of like not so popular already. Though the look is a blogger look.
Yeah, and the price is so good because you're getting so much bag.
Yeah, so much bag.
But then if you don't use it and if you get tired of it quickly, then it's a lot of money to spend on the bag that you get tired very quickly. I almost wonder if it's too bloggish looking that it can become too trendy too quickly.
True.
So yeah.
True. Okay. All right. I think this was some random one that I tried because when I was there, she's like, oh, why don't you look at tote bags? So this is the medium size. It's called a Bond Shopper.
Okay, so this one is interesting. I don't know quite. I've never quite seen a bag that can just, you can just detach and be open like this, but definitely gives me a very practical. It can be very practical if you're traveling, and depending on what kind of stuff you put in, that you need to take apart your bag to get inside. That can be interesting, but I just wonder, are the snaps solid enough if it was something really heavy? But just judging from the look itself, it just looks like a simple tote bag. I guess if you are a fan of Givenchy, then go right ahead. Would I get it? No, but I'm curious to know what your feedback is because of that picture in the middle that is like all the snaps are opened. It's just so interesting when I saw that.
Yeah, that's the same
What did you
same
find out?
reaction that I had. I was like, she was like, oh, why did you look at this? Is one of our new concepts or designs. And when she snapped it all open, I was like, the bag's open. And she said that the thought, or one of the things that or the thought process behind why they want to open it like that is because when you travel with a big tote bag, one of the things is it's hard to store in your luggage. So or not even for traveling, like you want to store your bags, you find it like a tote bag takes up a lot of space, right? You need to stuff it in a way. So this one allows you to just open everything and lay it flat and store it away. So that is maybe the inspiration behind it. The point about whether the snaps are tough enough, I did think about that. I was like, do you think it can hold a lot of things? Because what if I put like heavy things and it's not snapping open? I think they are pretty strong. And as you can see, there are a lot of snaps. There's like 8 on each side. And even when she was trying to put them back, she was really struggling. She was struggling a little bit to press it in because they're really tough. So that begs the question of, would you actually open the bag often? Like, would you store your tote bags like this all the time? I personally, if I buy this, it's just the novelty of knowing that I can open my bag, but I don't think I would necessarily be snapping, closing all the time.
Plus, there's kind of little gaps, right?
Yeah, little gaps, and it's folded in such a way that it won't slip through.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's just I guess like an architecture design.
Yeah.
But practically and honestly, I think if I were to buy this bag, I would just leave it in its tote shape. Yeah.
Yeah, you are pretty much spending that kind of money on the novelty that you can detach the whole thing flat. Because when I saw it, I'm like, oh, it would be good to transport, like, if you have a Lego set that you finished and you just want to put it in so that you can transport it from one place to another and then open it and it will be like on your table. But then who does that?
That's true. Okay, I think that's the last bag. All right. Loewe. I think that we had a lot of questions, like a lot of requests for this brand. Okay, I guess when you rewatch this and when any of you like want to get reference again, we have all the prices of any mini, small, and all. A little bit small to see, so just rewind back when you watch this again.
All right. Okay, so I was actually a big fan of the hammock bag. I guess the first time I thought about the Loewe brand in general, because I think for Loewe, other than the puzzle, the hammock is probably one of the also very popular one at the time. But I think I did try it on probably really briefly at some point in a few years ago. And I was a little underwhelmed when I actually did try it on, but it was very brief. I think it was a combination of just on picture, it looks great. It just looks like a really cool, very very cool design, architectural almost. But when you pick it up and when you start wearing it, it almost there's too much bells and whistles in a way. I feel like that's how I felt, and I quickly just kind of discarded it from my wish list and from my thoughts after that. And even based on the picture that Kat took of herself, like all those strings that were falling on her arm when she was putting on her crook of the arm, it just, yeah, like there was so much potential when I saw like the picture on the left and all the pictures on the website. But once I picked it up that one time, I think, and then I'm like, okay, no, I don't have to think about this bag anymore. That was my thought. And so the price is irrelevant at this point because I just kind of fell out of love with this bag. So I want to know what you thought when you tried it on.
So same as you, when I saw the pictures, I was like, oh, it's kind of cute. It's kind of like Celine-ish, right? It looks a bit like the what's it called? The the luggage, the mini luggage. It also looks like the Phantom. So it gave me that vibe, and I am attracted to that bag. So I thought, okay, kind of cute. But exactly like what you said, Amy, when I tried it on the mini, it was very busy. Like there were strings everywhere, and I think what I understand from Loewe is a lot of their designs is really architecture, because they think about it, how they sew it, and it's well designed. But I think it's busy, and he was trying to adjust the strap for me. He adjusted this strap when I'm putting it on my crook of my arm from a long strap to a short strap. He was turning it. I was like, okay, it's too much work.
Yeah.
But if you like a easy access bag, the hammock is okay, because the way it's sort of like a pouch like this. So you literally just open it like that. And because the drawstrings are on both sides, the bag will open really quickly, and you can just grab your thing. It's like kind of like one of those olden style sacks that you just pull up together and then you just open like this. Kind of, it feels a bit like that. So it's really easy to get in and out of the bag. I think the mini, which is cute, looks even busier because the straps are just a lot. I think if I were to get this bag, I would go with the size up, which I believe is the small. It just, the strings and the strap and everything would maybe a bit more cohesive. It won't look so busy. Just feel like the mini is just like everything is like tentacles everywhere.
But I just feel like this is a bag that you really have to love the style to get it, because it's not cheap. Of course, it's a leather bag luxury leather bag price. So you are still getting, say you're getting the small or the medium, you're still getting a lot of bag, but it's just, you really have to love the style. And so if you're not in love with the style, then it means nothing in a way.
Yeah, you have to. It's sort of like the Celine, right? You either like the mini luggage style and the look, then you get it. Okay, next one, the balloon.
So this is a bag that I saw on the website, and I was telling Kat, oh, maybe you can check out this one too, because I was curious. Okay, first impression when I saw it on picture, because when I saw it on picture and there was a lot of them, on say a site like Matches Fashion that has a lot of these, it means that it's popular to a degree, right? And it's probably because it's a newer bag, because I don't remember seeing this before. But first impression is that, it looks so bulky. It's too bulbous. It has a look. I guess it's not my look and it's not my preference. It just looks like a bulbous bucket bag to me. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan. It's quite pricey, actually, now that I look at the price too. But yeah, I was just like, oh, Kat, maybe if you see it, just try it on, because it's interesting that it's all over. I think I was looking at Matches Fashion, there was like so many of them, so I'm like, oh yeah, this look new. But no, I'm not a fan. What did you think of it when you tried it on?
Okay, so when I went into store, it definitely is very eye-catching, because it's like a balloon, right? So it's sort of like designed like the hot air balloon, so that you can see it, and it looks cute. Definitely eye-catching and is attractive. And I was like, oh, interesting. But when I tried it on, it is bulky. Of course, not as big and bulky like my Petite Noe, but it does look a little like, I don't know, like bulky. There are a few designs. One of it, with the one that I'm wearing, has a top handle. Some of them don't have a top handle. I can't remember why some have, some don't have. Then some of them have a design whereby, how do you say, like the casing, right? Like the casing at the bottom, that one is a different color. So the essay actually told me that the bag is designed, again, very architectural. They actually designed the case first, then they designed the bulbous part separately, and they actually put the bulbous part inside the case, and then they sew it together. So it's actually two pieces in one. It's like constructed. So okay, I was like, okay, cool, nice. But I don't know. I'm undecided. I definitely won't be getting this kind of bag. I mean, I like I like bucket bags, but there was something about it that I don't know if you can see my eyes going like, but yeah, I'm unsure about it. I think like same like the hammock bag, you have to like it, like really like, whoa, love this design to get it.
It must be quite heavy since it's 2 pieces. I did not know that. So basically it's like a sack inside a container basically, right?
Correct.
That's a lot of leather.
It's a lot. It's definitely weightier, but not heavy. It's got a bit of weight. Definitely nothing like the Antigona soft. No, definitely not like that. But it's got weight. It's full leather. Okay, the really popular puzzle.
Yes. So I have tried this bag on several occasions. I'm pretty sure that I mentioned, because we got many questions on the puzzle in our past live show. I am a fan of the puzzle bag if it's the size small. I don't quite like the mini. I just feel like it's too there's something about this a zippered mini that just gets on my nerve, but that's just personal. So the small size I'm a big fan of. I've never taken the plunge though, just because there was always something else I would rather get first, or I would rather get more at that time every time I looked at it. But of all the Loewe bag, I think this would be the one. If I got one, it would be the one that I would get, most likely in a small size. The medium for me would be too big, just because I'm already into a smaller size bag, so I don't really need a larger. Although I do like the slouch of the medium, because the medium is the one that can more easily slouch from the middle when you hold it, because it has all these panels, right, where you can fold it, and well, you don't even have to fold it. It's supposed to slouch that way in a really kind of nice architectural way. I don't even know how to describe it otherwise, but I'm sure you all know the puzzle bag quite well. So yeah, this would be my favorite of the whole bunch from Loewe. And I would get the small, and I'm still waiting for the perfect color, honestly, though, for me, because I'm not into tan colored bags, and even shades of beige, it has to be very specific. It cannot be too yellow for me, because it just washes me off. But yeah, what did you think? It goes well with your sandals, by the way.
Actually, I really like this puzzle small. It was one of the bags that I considered a few years ago as a very good work bag, an alternative to like the Speedy, and even an alternative to what is that bag, like a Lindy, because it's got a similar kind of like squarish shape.
Yes.
Yeah, I would be the same as you. I would get it in the small. Definitely the medium was way too large for me. I like the fact that even though it has a flap, and when you open it, there's a zip, the handles doesn't obstruct the way you get into the bag, because the handles are not sewn directly in the middle of the bag. It's kind of like off to the side. So it's kind of like, two-thirds of the way. So it actually, the entry into the zip, other than the flap, is actually very convenient, right? You don't have to fiddle around with the handle. Tan would be the color I would get, actually. But I won't get it in the gold tan. Why? Because the gold hardware, if you can see on the right side, the tan color is more yellow, whereas the silver color, tan color, which is actually a little bit more warm. I feel like the warm one it's more classic and it looks better, but the gold one looked a little bit too camel-y to me. Even though I like camel color, it just, I don't know, I didn't really like that one. But the color, in terms of, I like tan. I always like this kind of brown color.
Yeah, with Loewe, it's always been a color thing for me. I don't know why. Maybe because the leather, the way they decide to, I don't know, because every time I visited this bag, it was a kind of like a matte finish almost. It's not completely matte, but it's more matte than shiny. And there's just something about the colors that they had. even whether it's a red or a brown or a black or even like a beigey tan color, there's just something about it that I'm like not super. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like so attracted to it right away. It's more like maybe I'll like it if the more I looked at it. So I never took the plunge for that reason too. Like there's something about their colors that I'm not sure what it is. Did you feel that? Did you find that maybe the colors look a bit flat to you when you looked at their bags? Or is
I
it just
think
their leathers, the texture of their leathers?
okay, I like the smooth leather of it, but I think you know, if like you said, like if the color was like wow, I would have probably bought it already last week. But there was something in the color that I wasn't sure how to incorporate it into my wardrobe. I'm not, and it's not that I'm very fashionable, but it's a little maybe too, it's not about flat. I feel like it's the color itself. It's maybe a bit too warm for me with the silver hardware. And then when it came to the gold, I found it a little bit too yellow. So there is something, yeah, I agree. There's something to the color. And maybe like you, I just haven't found the right color. I looked at the black version many months ago. And of course, black is black, right? But yeah.
But even their black is different. That's what I'm trying to say. Like when I saw even when I was looking at the black, I'm not like taken away. Like it doesn't take my breath away for some reason. I just don't know why. I have yet to see a version that I really, really fall in love. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. But anyway, better for my wallet. Better for our wallets.
Okay, here's the big one. Maybe we'll just go through this really quickly since we talked about it. It's way too big.
It's huge.
It's like, yeah, so the color that I'm wearing is, you see, it's very yellow, right?
It is. It's yellow, but it's also you would think that, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if it's too warm or too cool or neutral, but it just doesn't seem to work with, well, it doesn't work with my skin tone, that I already know, but on this picture it doesn't work with your skin tone either.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know what's wrong with
Maybe
me.
it's the hardware maybe. But yeah, this size is way too big. On a daily basis for me it definitely is too big. And yeah, it looks way too big on your frame too. We're pretty similar in body frame and we're the same height, so yeah, it definitely looked quite big on you.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the, okay, so this is the mini one. I actually really like this. I'm just gonna say it out there. It's so cute.
It's cute, but have you, I don't know. When I tried getting in and out of it, I was like, no, I don't know. Maybe if the leather softened up with more use, but from first impression, I was just like, no, I don't want to bother.
I actually saw this and I tried it with my things. It is, yeah, I like it. Like, I like it because it's really cute. Like, if I were to get one puzzle bag, I think I'll start off with the mini just to see whether I like it. And, you know, the price point is still like, okay, you know, for a puzzle bag. But I haven't kind of like thought through about the, you know, opening, how to put my things inside. You got to adjust a little bit. It is a little tight. But it fits a lot. So that's the issue, right? Because you can fit so many things inside because it's so soft. But that zip opening, you with the phone and everything, you gotta like adjust it. It's not as, I guess it's not as difficult as maybe like some other mini bags where you really gotta like struggle with it. But yeah, that's probably one of the things I'm still like pondering over. Like, it's so cute. Like, look at it.
I love that it has a mini top handle. Because when I see this shape of bag, I automatically think about Speedies, and I have a love-hate relationship with Speedies. But with this one, at the very least, well, the Speedy does have two top handles too, but it's different. This one has that kind of cute across where you, yeah, I don't know. There's something about the shape, the architecture, the panels, and the fact that it's all leather. It's very appealing. It's true. It's so cute.
So cute. Yeah, so cute. That's the main word. Okay, this one. I actually didn't see this in store.
Ah, okay. Well, so that's the thing. the price point on these bags, very reasonable for luxury, but you're also just getting a basket, right?
It's called a
Woven
basket.
basket. It's very seasonal. It's very beachy vibe. I feel like if I lived near a beach, or if I lived in a country where you get basically summers all year long, like not like the 4 seasons that we get here, I would probably own one. You know, if I had a lot of picnics to go to, whatever. Like, this is the vibe that I get.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is kind of like I mean, basket woven bags are not seasonal. Like they're not trendy, but they are a little trendy, I guess. So yeah, I wouldn't personally get one unless I had the need for it, or unless, like I said earlier, if I lived in Hawaii, for example, and I went to the beach every day, then why not? So yeah, they're cute, but for me, it's a pass.
Yeah, it will definitely have to be a pass for me, because in Malaysia, these are the kind of bags that the handicraft we get so much off for a tenth of the price. But you know, because we're a luxury channel, on a luxury price point, it's actually reasonable. But if my mom sees me carrying one of these, and she'll be like, "Oh, did you buy it at the market?"
No, which is why I said, unless I had a lot of picnics to go to, or a lot of like going to the beach every day, like, you know, I wouldn't put very expensive stuff on this. Although, mind you, even if you put, let's say, a nice, expensive, you know, those cooling bottles, and you lost it, it still feels bad, right? So yeah, for sure, it's in Malaysia or any places where there's a lot of pickpocketing, that's not a great idea for sure. But yeah, it's so specific. Like I would get it for the look only.
For the
And if
look.
I had the need, like
Totally
I said,
agree.
if I lived in Hawaii, then maybe, yeah, near a beach.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you have to have that lifestyle, right? Picnics, beach. If I was still in Australia and I was living near Gold Coast, this would definitely be one bag that I would like. I'm carrying my Loewe basket bag. I mean, it looks good. It's Instagrammable.
Yes,
But
very
if
much.
I use it now, like it will be collecting dust in my cupboard. Okay. All right, we got one last brand, and I think this would be interesting because a lot of people are asking this, Saint Laurent. But shameless plug for our luxury live show. If you've been liking all those slides that we've been doing, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you like this type of slides, make sure you go back to Amy's channel and watch part 1, because we have the same, like even more.
Yes, lots
plug,
of
right?
Bottega, Fendi's, and Dior. So
All right, let's go.
all right, so the Lulu has been very popular, and I think it's for a good reason. I have tried the Lulu, not this particular one. I have tried the mini size, and the one that I tried was actually in the velvet. I really liked it. I love that the compartments made sense. I don't know, for some reason, when I tried the velvet, it just, the material, the velvet material of Saint Laurent just feels superior. It was very shiny. So when I see this, the leather version, I'm still attracted to it. Yeah, a lot of people, ask me, or we often see questions like, should I get the Lulu if I can't get the mini rectangular from Chanel? So it's not the same bag, but it's, a lot of people are considering one or the other, especially when they can't get a hold of the Chanel. And I think there's a good reason. It looks very practical, it looks very comfortable, but it's still luxurious. I mean, I know the price, the price is reasonable, but the resale of Saint Laurent bags are not very good. So there's that a lot of people just, when you buy a Saint Laurent bag, I think you buy it for the practicality, and if you love the brand, and if you feel comfortable with the bag. So yeah, when I think of the Lulu, I think of synonymous of practical, comfortable, shiny, just really beautiful. You just want it. So that's my first impression. It does look a little long on you when it was crossbody. What did you think of the bag when you tried it on?
Yeah. I I like the fact that this bag is it's I don't know, it's a nice size for a small, flat bag. Um the only thing that for me, I find it a little bit bulky,
It's
compared to
true.
compared to like a rectangular from Chanel. But and I okay, when I went into the store, and I maybe because the whole day I've been like, looking at all these bags and various different prices, and walking into Saint Laurent was the last. And when he told me the price, I had a moment like, what? So cheap?
Yeah,
Which is
it's
like so
very,
like, oh my god, I'm
very,
so rich. No, I'm not,
yeah.
okay. But it's just that I always thought Saint Laurent were, and LV were like, maybe the same price range. And then, maybe not much cheaper than Chanel. So I had this in my head that it was like in the $3,000-$4,000. So when he told me it was like 2,000, I was like, huh? What? And the essay laughed because he said that you all he said to me, everybody is too jaded with the Chanel prices. that then you think YSL or Saint Laurent is cheap, So for a full leather bag with such great hardware, I can see why people do find this to be a good alternative. It's actually really well made, and I love the fact that it has the YSL original look, like the logo still there. Because I think a lot of their bags, some of their bags have that Saint Laurent across it already now. So I think it's nice. The only thing that for me is that bulkiness. Oh, and also the magnet. Saint Laurent's magnets are are something to deal with. They're like, kapak. It's slightly a little bit too strong, but it's not a big problem, I guess, from a security point of view. Just that it just gives me a bit of like, oh my gosh, so tight.
It's kind of funny you say that because so right now the only thing I own from Saint Laurent is the Uptown clutch, and like you said, uh, I guess I knew it was a good price just because of all the reviews online. But if I did not know that, and you presenting me this clutch for this price, like $500-$600 range, I'm like, what? Are you serious? I'm getting a whole. Well, I mean, I know it's a pouch. They sell it as a SLG, but most people buy it as a clutch, right? You're like, what? You're getting this for, and it's so shiny, beautiful with so much leather. It's such a good price for it, right? But yeah, on the clutch though, the magnet is just a normal magnet. It's not. It's very easy to open.
All right, this is the other popular one. Oh, the college.
Yes. So the college bag or the college, super popular. I remember seeing quite a few, like not a lot of unboxing, but quite a few unboxings in the past years. I think a lot of people consider this to be very comparable to the Pochette Métis, like when people were trying to decide between the two. For me, I don't know why, but there's something about this bag that is it too much chain? I don't even know if that's the reason. Like there's something about this bag that I'm not as excited about. I wonder if it's because I've seen some wear and tear pictures of this bag as well. I'm not sure how it would wear now that I see that it's lambskin, especially. But there's also the fact that there's quite a bit of chain combination. When I compare this bag to the Pochette Métis, even though that's not the question, I just prefer the LV version. Yeah, like between the Lulu and the Collège, I definitely prefer the Lulu. But maybe because the Lulu looks more ladylike but still can be easily incorporated. I almost see the Lulu as almost having a kind of like a classic flap vibe because you can easily dress it up or down, whereas this one I feel like it's more dressed down. I don't know, maybe it's a chain. I know that you like this, or you were considering this bag at one point, so what did you think of it?
I was thinking about this to be my black work bag. That not in the the size up, so the medium. Was it? This is, or maybe I got this wrong. Maybe this is the small, so the one size up. And I wanted it in the gunmetal hardware. So for this size, I agree with you. With this size, especially with the gold hardware, I just feel like this bag gives off a more biker, grungier, rocker kind of feel. So it feels a little mismatched with the gold and chain. But I think if you were to get this bag, the darker gunmetal hardware actually looks really good. The back pocket is like the main reason why I was like, I'm honing onto this bag. I need this bag. But what stopped me from getting it, not so much of the leather, because the lambskin, I haven't seen any, read or did any research about the wear and tear. But the lambskin did feel tougher. The only thing that held me back was the magnet. Oh my goodness. I asked so many people, I said, do you have any wear and tear on the magnet? Because the magnet is like, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you are pulling this super strong magnet against leather, and not any leather, lambskin leather. So for months, I was just debating between myself, like, should I get this bag? Because it worried me so much. But I actually liked it because I felt like it went with my look, and I wasn't really worried about the wear and tear because I was already planning to use it for like work and just really put it through the ringer. But the magnet was something that I was not sure if I wanted to deal with.
That is a super good point. I totally forgot about the magnet. I remember hearing about the super strong magnet, and yeah, that is definitely a turn off for me too.
Okay. Oh, this one was this one.
Yes. So I wish that I had a chance to check this out because it's kind of being popular right now, this bag still. And on several occasions, I kind of maybe had it in my cart, but didn't check out. I don't know. There's just something about the whole vibe. It's very irrational because I said all those things about the basket woven style, but then this one is not really that much different. It's just a piece of cloth, linen, with 2 pieces of leather attached to it. It's really just like kind of like the Deauville, right? Minus the metal chains. I don't know. There's something about maybe the logo, maybe it's just because it's popular, or there's something about it that really attracts me. And the price is really good for a large bag. Of course, I know we're just getting linen. We all know that. You're paying for the brand, but I don't know. It's just so attractive. Oh, right now they also have the north-south version of this, and it's actually quite nice. I saw that they have this seasonal one where the fabric is it's not a houndstooth, but it's kind of like is it checker? It's like there's another name. I can't remember the name, but anyway, it's kind of like more of a wintry wool fabric. It's so beautiful. They have it in red. They have it I think in green. Do they have it black and white too? I think they have a black and white. So yeah, just super attracted to it. Will I ever pull the trigger? We'll see. I don't know. I'm trying hard not to because it's just one of those things where you just want it. You don't know why. What did you think when you tried it on?
Okay, let me just say, I'm glad you didn't get it. This thing is heavy.
Oh, wow. Okay. No, then.
I was like, when I picked it up, I was like, what? Because, thinking that it's linen and soft, right? I imagine picking up something that's fairly light, but I was a bit like, whoa, it's heavy. It's not, I think the material that they use, the linen, it's very thick. It's got weight, so you probably won't get it. So the north-south one, you can see it in the right picture at the back there, right? It's longer, like a taller bag. And that
all behind, yes.
Yeah, all the way at the back. Yeah, they were there as well. So yeah, the price point's good, but it's actually very big as well.
It's very big, yes.
It's very big, and it was like, I don't know. So I would say this would be a passion purchase if you were to get it. But it's heavy.
Very irrational, like I said. I don't know why. There's something that I'm just looking at it, I'm like, I just want it, but I don't know why. But okay, if it's heavy, then no. For sure, no.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. Okay, I think this is our last one. Let me check. Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Yes, so the Lulu puffer, so popular. So many people compare this one to the Chanel 19, or at least they contemplate between the two, especially when you don't want to pay the Chanel 19 price. That's the caveat though. I say always when I get asked, get the one you want. If it's this one, get this one. If it's the Chanel 19, get the Chanel 19. Don't get this instead of the Chanel 19 if you couldn't get the Chanel 19, or if you just think that you can save a bit of money. No, don't do that. Just get the one you want. But if I were just to judge this particular one, the Lulu puffer, I actually like it a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I like it a lot. There's just something about it, the shininess. Maybe it's the puffer style as well. But I don't need one since I have the Chanel 19 already, so I'm glad. I'm not gonna be I'm just gonna stick with what I have, and plus I do love my Chanel 19 a lot. But I have to say I like it a lot. And I think you have some thoughts too when you
I love it. Oh my god, I love it. I was telling before this live, I was telling I should have walked into to YSL because I love this bag. I never seen it. This is my first time, and I'm telling you, people, if you're thinking about a puffy like balloony bag, and you are not willing to pay the Chanel 19 price, not to say it's comparable, it's definitely not comparable, but the pictures don't do it justice. It looks so much better in real life. Like when I'm looking at a picture, I'm like, yuck. But in real life, it is actually really shiny. And yes, that puffiness, that softness, I was watching a few reviews. Now I understand, like after touching the bag, I understand why people like Mel in Melbourne, they are obsessed with this bag because it is so, it is literally like a pillow. So I love it. Is it a alternative to the Chanel 19? I think they're not comparable. I think you have to like this look. And you also probably need to also like the Chanel 19 look. Like Amy said, don't get this because you can't get the Chanel 19. Get this because you like this look and this design. It's very roomy. The magnet, thank God, is not as crazy as the collage. Is that how I pronounce it? Collage bag.
Collage. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's one of those bags that I think you need to go and try, and they have several colors, several different hardware. So there's this like gunmetal one, there's this vintage gold, there was the pure black, I believe that is the very popular version, and there's also like a pure white version, white chain, white bag as well. So I like it. So if any of the bags, I think this would be one of my picks. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. And the price point, I was like, huh?
I know the price is so good. By the way, Kat, you didn't know that, but so on the day that you took this picture, right? I went and checked on Mattress Fashion for you. They had more than 10, or at least 10, right? They sold out today.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, it's that popular.
It's a good bag, people. So my pick, okay, I think that's our last one. Yeah, okay. So Amy, what's your pick for all this
for so all the brands?
All the brands, all the bags.
Oh, like you mean if I had to buy one right now, like of all these bags?
Yeah.
I really want the Prada, either the re-edition, like the with the all the straps and the extra chain, or even that little one. Because that little one is, I mean, it's just such a fun bag to have. It's just an extra, but then I don't really need another mini bag. That's why I'm trying to really not go there. But it will probably be the Prada because like you said, the more I look at it, the more I see it. And the more I think like, oh, but it's good for 2020, like, you know, on times like these.
I would pick the same. I would, be influenced by Clara to get the re-edition 2015, the multi-pochette version, just because there's so many, ways to use it, just like the multi-pochette, right?
Yeah.
And because it's nylon, I feel like there's something that I could keep for a long, long, long time, right? Even if the trend is gone, like the multi-pochette, you can just use it as pouches. Yeah. But at least for this, you could actually still use it as a little cute bag for when you're even like when you're really, really, really old and you don't want to carry any more leather bags. my second pick would definitely be the Lulu Puffer. Like
Yes, this one is such a good one. Like price point, style wise, material, you're getting so much lambskin.
totally.
It's so luxurious when you hold it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, we talked for a while.
I know, which is why I went to the top. So I hope that you see the top of the comments because I stuck
I
there.
wasn't looking at the slide, the thing, so I think I missed out already. So let me just unshare. Okay. I don't see it any. Well, wait.
You don't see it anymore because I'm on the top. Are you sure you don't see it too?
Yeah. Okay, people. So just like earlier, I think we might overtime a little bit today since we had a long commentary. We hope you enjoyed that, like the slides and everything and the pictures. And we will, since you like us to talk about other brands, we will continue this, and there will be a different brand on Amy's channel next week. That will be very interesting. We'll go in depth. So, okay, let me go to, so what I'm going to do is, I guess the questions, I'll try to pick them out. But if I see any, comments, I will pull them over about your bags. Yep. So if I miss any,
too bad it's already jumped. So yeah, we're just going to have to start. But 8:12, it's not too bad. 8:12.
Okay. Yeah, might have missed some. I only see a Prada backpack. Okay, I've got one from my bag. Happy. I'm not much of a Prada fan, but if money wasn't a factor, I'll get the backpack and the matinee bag. Korean drama. Matinee bag. I don't watch Korean dramas. Do you watch Korean dramas?
I do. I love K-drama. We've been watching so much. And when I say so much is like to the point where I forgot what I watched last week because it's just like we just keep on watching. We just finished My Mister last week. I think the week before that we were watching Pop-Up Mystic Bar. There's just so many good ones. It's so good. I love K-drama. I'm addicted to it.
Oh, me and my husband. When I was young, I used to watch a lot of those Cantonese TVB series, and you just sit down and it's like, it's nonstop. So I knew that I have this character where I'll just sit there like watch. So I said, no, okay, we're not going near any K-drama because I know my day would just like disappear.
You would.
Okay, Maggie, I think this is the comment about the Bond bag from Givenchy. Yeah, like, I don't know how it will feel like if you put a lot of heavy things inside. You might see the buttons like, stretching like t-shirt,
I mean, it's an interesting concept, which is why I was wondering, did they design this because of a specific reason? I was thinking Lego, but it could be something else.
Okay, this is a question for everyone. Okay, what are your thoughts on the Dior 30 Montaigne bag? I know Kat sold hers. So what's your thoughts? And if anyone else wants to
if I was just to judge on the pictures, love it. Would love to get a black and a gold. But when I saw it in person, it's true. It's kind of thin. You would think that it fits a lot, but it doesn't. It's the depth of the bag is quite thin. Getting in and out of it, I guess it's a matter of getting used to, but you also have to accept that there will be some scratches, that kind of wear and tear, which is very similar to push-up mitts. There's always going to be scratches on that kind of S-lock because that's you can't really avoid it. On mine, there was tons of scratches, so that's okay for me. I don't mind that. But I mean, it's pretty expensive, and I'm still new to Dior. I would rather get another Lady Dior if I were to get a second bag, for example, from Dior, which is why I'm not going to the Montaigne 30. The 30 Montaigne territory yet, but I do like it. It's just, do I like it enough to get it yet? No, that's my thought.
Good point. I sold mine. Just yep. Okay, Xia Yi, what are your both opinions on the Fendi bucket bag? I think it's the mini, like the Montresor bag.
Well, yeah, they have a few versions now. So the Montresor, there's the mini size that I have. There's also a larger size right now. I don't know if they call it medium or large, but I'm a fan actually. It's the one that I have has more of the FF logo, so it was very 2018. It's still nice. Like, I mean, if you get like if you get a more demure color, then it can be quite timeless, like a brown and black. It's just a fun bag to have. I feel like it's one of those bags. It's more passion purchases, like you know your term passion purchase, but it's also very practical too. I feel like bucket bags, who does it the best? Fendi does it quite well. LV, I like their bucket bags, and Chanel for me, it's because it's Chanel. But
You're
I have
biased.
to say, not all Chanel bucket bags I like. So
True.
Chanel bucket bags, because they're seasonal, every season is completely different. You really have to fall in love with a particular version. So I would say between Fendi and LV, I think they do ones of the most beautiful and practical bucket bags out there. I'm a fan.
Totally agree. Yeah, I think I've seen some of the Fendi bucket bags when I went to Fendi, and they do look good. Like I'm like really practical. They're not way too big, and you know you can get a variety of sizes. Like even the big is not like massive, like a balloon, right? Um, yeah. I think if you're looking for a bucket bag, Chanel, I agree. They make beautiful bucket bags, but not all the time. Some of them you go like, that's not really, that's just because it's a Chanel you buy the bucket bag. But
Exactly.
yeah, it's seasonal anyway, and not all of them are perfect and a good size. Okay, let's get another one from you. Okay, so this is more of a comment. So Rails got his puzzle bag in the size small when it first came out. So it's the most user-friendly bag I have ever bought, especially the little back pocket comes so in handy. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Means that we were right about the size small.
Oh, this is interesting. So Rio's gonna point. Loewe can also repaint your bags. Wow. Okay. One day I was wearing a black jacket from Zara and there was color transfer everywhere on the bag. They sent it to an atelier in Tokyo straight away.
Wow. That is really, really
Wow.
cool. That is really
No.
good to know. I wonder if they will do it every country, like if they have that service.
Yeah, that's a maybe if I go back and ask. This is the first time I've heard of this because I've never heard of like the shop actually taking it back to fix it for you from a color transfer purpose, right? Normally it's like buckles and all. Yeah. Okay.
It would be
So,
interesting to know if it's like maybe just the very large stores, because we don't have a standalone, at least in Vancouver, we don't have a standalone Loewe. So I wonder if they would do it for us here.
yeah. So
Very
the puzzle bag
carefree,
seems to be
very
getting a lot of good comments. You see, really great, very carefree. The leather is fabulous. There's one from Diana that says that maybe the zip is not too easy to take things out. So maybe depend on the size. Yeah, you probably still need to like open it a bit. So kind of like the Lady Dior, before they change it to a flap, everybody's like a little bit like, squeezing through the zip.
I think that's why I have a love-hate relationship with zippered bags, but some are worse than others, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so Clara, medium one works for taller girls. Is definitely super practical and user friendly. That seems to be a common theme, right? Color depends on your skin tone. Yeah, the yellow didn't look good on me. I was like a bit like kind of dirty. Okay. See, so that I'm really attracted to Loewe as it's not as obvious as LV and Chanel. Yeah, so we see Loewe is getting a lot of likes. Okay. Okay, Loewe again. The color reminds me of Werther's caramel candy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good comparison. I was thinking like this tan looks familiar. I just don't know where. Don't know where I've seen it. Caramel.
When I was in Spain, I think or when I went to Europe that 3 years ago, I made it a point to step into Loewe because I remember it was like, yeah, 2017, it was like quite popular for Loewe at the time, especially the puzzle bag. I have to say, when you go into a flagship store, there's so much more eye candy and so much more colors. It definitely appeals to you more. Maybe that's the reason why I haven't fallen in love with one yet, because here we only get a small section and it's like inside a department store. But yeah, it was quite nice when I was in Spain and stepped inside the actual store.
So Maria's sharing about Spanish taste, that they tan the leather a little different. They like the colors as saturated. Yeah, I think so. They're really rich in a way, but of course not as rich as Hermes colors. But there is that similarity. Like they like that tan color. Yeah, I'm still. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with Amy that the color is one thing that you want to go for. By the way, if you're in Singapore and you're looking for a Loewe bag, they are having a price increase at the end of this month.
Another one.
So when I got my Loewe charm, she was like, "We're having a price increase. We're already putting the new price tags." I'm like, and looked at her and said, "You know what? I'm done with price increases. Just do it."
That's how they get you to buy it. They get you to spend your money. But if you're already looking to buy it anyway, then you might as well do it, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So if you were like waiting for Christmas and you want to wait until there and you're gonna get it, just buy it now before the 31st of October, because they're having not a huge price increase, but like the Loewe bag, they're going up with a couple of $100, which actually still quite a bit. But still, if you want to get it, go and get it now in Singapore. Ugh, can't take it anymore. These price increases.
I mean, we all know that it's something that we should expect because it happens all the time. But it just, when it happens, it's like,
Yeah, it's getting a bit annoying. So Maria, YSL is good value for money and their leather is good quality and quite durable. Love my small Lulu as a work bag. Yes. I think YSL is probably, it's just that we don't talk about it very much, but I just, did some Googling and I was like, wow, a lot of people, like a lot of people love the Lulu. Like a lot. It's very, very popular. Just, my eyes are open because the price was like, I was like, what? No way. That's like the same price as a canvas bag in LV.
A few years ago when I was looking into just totes in general, I did notice that Saint Laurent totes, which are they're full leather, right? They're the same price as like the they're the same price as like almost like the Neverfull, because Neverfull, when I bought mine, it was I can't remember now. It's like was it 12 or 1300 plus tax? And like the full leather version from Saint Laurent is not really that much different. It's around the same price. It's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, well, it's the brand that we're paying for anyway.
Yes.
I'm back happy. Saint Laurent has always been my more inexpensive option to Chanel, I think. Place that YSL monogram on almost anything and it works. I love my Kate Tassel with the green leather. So beautiful. Wow. Kate Tassel is which one? Is it the one?
It's like the one that kind of looks like a clutch size and it has that tassel. Like it has YSL and then it has a tassel. It's a long strap.
Nice. Okay, convinced.
But I still feel, for me anyway, I still feel like because I'm such a big fan of Chanel, there's just something, like I said, it's irrational. When you love something, it's irrational, right? If you just got something else instead of the original, let's say instead of the original Chanel piece that you wanted, it's not gonna cut it. I just know it's not gonna cut it for me.
Okay, MK is here. MK is awake.
Yeah,
I saw a long string of Mona. Is that how you pronounce it?
Moana.
Mona. It's yeah, you're all chatting among each other. So I just put that up. Is that in the quality is similar to Hermes, if not better.
We really need to do a whole. I think we need to do a whole live show on Moana, and then that way we can learn about it and talk about it with everyone at the same time. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? Because Moana comes up very often, and we're actually seeing more and more. Like not a lot, but we're seeing some unboxings here and there. It's a brand that is not available everywhere. Obviously, it's not available here in Canada, but I have seen it when I traveled, obviously. So it would be an interesting one, I think, if you guys
Yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section. Just say if you want to see like a whole series on this. I think it would be interesting. Yeah, I think who's the first person that unboxed this? Could be Mel in Melbourne.
Mel is the first one that I've seen unboxing a bag from them. I think she actually went to their atelier too. Like she had a vlog, I remember. I think I watched. And then who else? I think I've seen GPS talking about Moana as well on his channel. Was there anyone else? There must be, but I just don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, definitely Mel in Melbourne was the first one that I saw. And I remember her vlog when she went there too.
Okay, so let us know in the comments section. Okay, Amanda Ching is saying this, but I'm not sure. Doesn't that look or feel like a paper bag, recycle bag? Which one is this one?
I wonder if she's talking about the Rive Gauche, the YSL, the one that's super heavy. The super heavy one that you told me, the linen YSL one.
Yeah. How do you pronounce
one.
it? How do you pronounce it? Is it Rive
Gauche.
Rive Gauche.
Yeah. Well, that's the logo on it that they put on it. It does. I mean, that's what I said. It's very irrational. I don't know why it looks so cool to me. It's kind of like I said. It's kind of like when you see the Chanel Deauville, like the Chanel logo on it, 31 Rue Cambon. It looks like. I mean, it is Chanel. I'll give you that, but you're paying a very, very expensive price for a tote that is pretty much just all fabric, right? Pretty much. With a huge logo on it. So, but it's something that you just want. You can't explain it.
Totally. Agree. I think it's very fashion. It's like when you see, you're like, fashion, spelled with the Y.
And logo mania is definitely I feel like it's a lot of people maybe complain about how like it's advertising and whatnot. Yes, in a way, but it is kind of marketing, advertising, but it's also it represents like the logo is the pride and joy of a luxury brand, right? Or of any company, not necessarily luxury. And so it represents their history, it represents what they stand for, it represents all that stuff. So there's a reason why logos are so like when you see it and you really like it, there's an irrational love for it. There's a reason why, Totally. It's more than just marketing and advertising. That's what I'm trying to get. Oh my gosh. And cheap cross between Deauville and her. Yep, I know.
Just get the Dean and DeLuca tote. Isn't Dean and DeLuca isn't that coffee?
No idea, but I know, like I said, it's very irrational. But like I said, I'm glad that I didn't get it. Like I added to cart, but I never checked out. There's a reason why I don't check out is because I know it's still not going to satisfy me. At the end of the day, it's not going to satisfy me. But my first instinct is that I do love it. That's the first impression.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get it. Don't worry. Not spending that kind of money on.
Too heavy. You'd be like, oh, it's too heavy. Okay, Yingling. I'm still lusting after the puffer bag with the black hardware. I think that is the most popular version. The black on black. It looks really rugged and it's definitely a look. Like if you want to be understated but yet like sophisticated, I think the black on black is a good pick. For me personally, I don't know. Kind of like the Chanel, what's it called? So Black. I
Mhm.
think that's the kind of similarity, right? I like the concept of it. I like seeing it on other people, but on me, it looks really flat, like
Yeah.
very one-dimensional. So I like it. Like every time I pick it up, I'm like, wow, black on black. It's just so chic. But when I try it on, I'm like, it's
It's
too,
missing the shine.
yeah, it's missing the shine. Where's the gold?
Yeah, I have the same feeling. I don't know why, but I did buy one thing, black on black. It's just a little card case that I'm okay with. Like anytime something is much smaller and the price is not so big, I'm okay to be outside my comfort zone. But yeah, I wouldn't really get a whole bag that is just so black. It's just not my style. And yeah, there's the lust factor is missing for me.
We're like magpies. We like shiny things. Like, ooh.
Yes.
Oops. Oh no, I skipped. Hang on. It jumped. Okay, so here's one from Maria. I always wanted to get the YSL small puffer, but only in white and gold hardware, and didn't get it because worried about color transfer.
Yeah.
Still thinking about it though. Maria, you and me. Okay, so Maria's asking us, which color Prada re-edition 2005 would you buy? It's already assumed that it's in our collection.
Oh, it's hard. Because I know black is the safest, and especially because it's fabric, you really don't have to think about it. Because color transfer, like we said, is going to happen regardless if it's a white bag or a black bag. It's just that you don't see it on a black bag. So I'm quite unsure myself, because when I look at the website and you see all those beautiful colors, you're like, that green is so nice, or that blue, or that yellow, that pink, like all those beautiful, even the brown looks nice, like you're just like, which one should I go for? I don't know. I have to try.
I think 2005 would be the multi-pochette version. I think for me, that version I would get black, but the other one, the one which multicolor one, I'm pretty sure I'll go for. I think I would go for, like, if they had like this kind of turquoise color, like this bluish, I think I would go for that. Yeah, I think that would be the color. Dreaming.
Yeah,
but black is always safe.
The thing is, I've seen the one with just the short strap, the $700, the $800 one. I think I've seen it on, I can't remember what color it is, but I think it was like it was either a nude color that I saw someone's style, and it just looks so good. Except that I don't dress that way, so I liked it when I saw it, but I don't know. I don't dress that way. Like I don't dress the same way as that person that I saw. So I wonder if I would actually go for that color. But the fact that I saw a different color and it's not black just makes me think that I should go for something else than black. You know what I mean?
I actually saw it in red as well. The whole strap fully like tomato red. It is definitely a look like you like fire engine tomato red. So be really confident to wear a red bag though. Oh, even here, there's another one. Nat Wong. I'm still contemplating on whether I want to get the Prada nylon re-edition 2000 or 2005 because I like both. Oh.
I know, it's so hard. You know what? Like the likelihood of me getting a black is still very high though, because you just can't go wrong. You can't.
Mm,
Whether you wear a color that day or you wear a neutral that day, it just works.
totally.
Yeah. So black is still very high on the, even though I'm saying, oh, I would rather get a color because, no, I didn't say that. I'm saying that the colors are really nice and so attractive because there's so many. It's like the whole rainbow. But yeah. I'm curious, what color are you getting then? Nat,
Yeah, what
Mom,
color are
and
all of you
Maria?
getting? You're like you're trying to pick our brains, but we should be pricking your brains.
Yeah.
Okay, Shanna, is the small Lulu Puffer YSL bag heavy? Oh, no, it was actually really light. Yeah, it's soft. It's full leather, but it wasn't. It's lambskin, so it's fairly light. Even with the chain obviously is quite substantial, but it doesn't feel like the whole bag is heavy. It's nice. I'm gonna like influence everybody. Okay, the thing I highly dislike about why Saint Laurent designs 2013 onwards is that one can feel like they are a cheaper version of Chanel. That is definitely the comparison because yeah, very similar.
But one thing that is good about this MK is that people who are truly looking for alternative, and even though I'm saying that stick with exactly the one that you want, but sometimes you just have to go with an alternative depending on where you're at, right? If you're in school and you're still working part-time and you can't really afford it, but you still want the taste of luxury, it's not a bad idea, you know?
Mhm.
So there's that point. There's that too. Like there's always something for everybody. That's what I love about fashion is that you don't all have to love the same thing. And honestly, YSL they're still beautiful. Like it's only because I love Chanel that I'm not gonna go there. But
Yeah, and when I was there at the store, I guess like you're right. We just make a beeline to where we want to see. Like when I go to the Ion, I make a beeline and go to LV. I don't even look around to the YSL store next door or the DR store next door. I just go, oh, LV. And because that day I was like, okay, let's go and walk around. I had to wait in line to get into YSL. I was like, there's a line. There's a line.
oh, you didn't tell me that part. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like people are there is something for everyone, which is
Yeah,
a good
And I
thing.
mean,
There's not enough Chanel to go around already. So
it was busy. Like YSL was busy because I just like right. We just don't look at it, right? You always see me being busy. I always see Dior semi busy, but I just don't like look the other brands. But Loewe, I had to wait like a little bit to go in. Nobody was in Gucci. Givenchy was fairly empty. I think because they don't really have a lot of bags. What was the other brand? Prada. But Prada was a really big store, so it was kind of there were people, but not really like packed. But YSL, there was a line. There were like 10 people waiting outside, and it was packed inside. I was like, no, what's going on? What's in YSL?
oh,
Oh
that's
man,
so funny.
just so jaded. You're so jaded. All right, let's see. Okay, here's a question from Hello Love 88. What's a good website to send off my bag to re-dye? I have a Balenciaga City in an okay condition. The color's coming off, and would like to dye it black.
I have no
Oh,
idea actually.
yeah. If
I
you
don't
are in
even know if the
America,
leather surgeon does that.
if you're in America, Leather Surgeon is a very popular one.
But do
But I
they
think
do
a
it?
lot of
I've never actually. I don't know if I remember anyone getting that service. Have they even done like? Do they even offer that? I'm not even sure.
In Singapore, a lot of bag spas actually offer it. Like if you want to recolor your bag, but you know that once you recolor your bag, basically you can't send it back to Balenciaga if there's anything else wrong. But anyway, your bag is, if you've been using your bag a long time. So yeah, there are a few stores. You just like search bag spas in Singapore. They actually all offer bag recoloring, but how they do it and whether or not you will be pleased with the result of a recolored bag, that is to be known. Because I don't know what it's gonna feel like.
Yeah. And I think for me personally, I'm someone who doesn't like to modify my bags to begin with. So even if it gets really old and vintage, which I don't have any yet, I don't know if I would even recolor it. I think I would either continue using it till it completely falls apart, or I'll just be sending
Retiring
it
it.
off to consignment or something. I don't know.
Totally. So Maggie just confirmed my point about the recoloring. So if Loewe repaints, would the leather feel different? I've seen a few videos where they got the leather repainted and the texture of the leather felt different afterwards. Yeah, that's always something that I thought about. Like when you paint something over, if the quality of the paint that they're using, I would think maybe not good quality, and it doesn't get absorbed into the new leather, I think it will feel a little bit, in my head, might feel a little bit stiff and plasticky. I just get this feeling that it will be, but I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder too. Since I've never seen that or have that done, but it makes sense that it would kind of dry it out. But if Loewe does it on their own bags, maybe it's better because it's their
That's
own
true.
bags. They know what to do with it.
Totally. Okay, here we go. So Rio saying, Amy and Kat, Loewe can always send your bag to their main atelier in Spain if that's one of your countries. Something to keep in mind, their leather texture may change. Oh, here we go. Yes, after we repaint it. Yeah, I do think so. Because paint, not that I know the ingredient list, but a huge component is alcohol. So when you paint, that's why it dries up. So when alcohol dries up, so it might feel a little bit different. But if you want to recolor your bag, that you need to recolor your bag, then okay lah.
It's an option, yeah.
It's an option. All right, so this is a question. How heavy is the puzzle bag? It was actually,
I think a small mini for sure is very reasonable. I think they were not too heavy from what I remember, because it has that top handle too, right? Probably the medium was pretty heavy, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm trying to recall right now. The mini was definitely like so light. I was thinking like, oh, this is quite light. But the small, it's not like a normal small size leather bag, and it's calf leather. So if it was lambskin, I think it would be lighter, but it's calf leather, so it's acceptable weight. Yeah, maybe that's how I should say, acceptable. Not heavy, definitely not heavier, but just right in the middle. Oh, here's a fan. It was a T-Endo fan. Loewe lambskin. 10 years back were better quality. Everything 10 years ago was better.
So true.
Oh man. Okay, Shana's a funny comment. When I go into YSL, I'm like you, Kat. Wow, so cheap. So cheap. I know. I felt like I was like, so cheap. But it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's still just in this whole scheme of the LV and Chanel world in the head. It's like, did you just say? Did you say that again?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, Carolina's here. YSL is Chanel's hot, edgy cousin. That's a good way to put it.
It's funny because I'm reading further down the comments, and MK has he's talking about why he doesn't like YSL. He's like explaining.
Okay, I'll
I'm
come there.
laughing at that.
I'm very happy. Yes to Mona. Look up the Bag Hag Diary. She's a big fan. I remember collection from Marisnar. He made bags. He made bags made of stone. Oh, wow. Okay. Sunstar, I'm gonna take this comment. Thank you so much. We love you too, our
Aw.
Luxie crew. Thank you for
Yes.
joining us. Actually, wow, like we really appreciate it. Luxie's. If you don't know, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago that we already gave a name to everybody. It's Luxie's. So you're our Luxie crew. I jumped. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm still scrolling.
It's funny because remember when we were researching if it was taken on Instagram? So the LUXEES with the IES was taken, but EES wasn't. But then when I tag something for the first time, and if you click on the tag, there's actually already a few pictures. It's just that it wasn't showing up when you do the search.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, someone already started using, well, other people, it's not one person.
Right. Serenity,
Nikki
Devote. Nikki bag. Okay, what do you think of the Nikki bag from Saint Laurent? Okay, I have some thoughts.
Yeah, I remember I was like, oh, if they have the Nikki bag, you can look at it too. Yeah, it's just, how should I say it? It's like it's a little bit more structured, right? It has that more structured look.
No,
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I don't know how else to say it. It's kind of, Carolina said it extremely well. Like it's a cousin of Chanel. It's kind of like you either love it or you hate or you don't like it. So for me, it's like I when I look at it, I don't feel anything. I'm just like, okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
If
Okay,
you're
this is the
into
one.
it, go for it.
This is the one. This is the one. There. Let me just grab it. Okay, we'll grab a gray one.
Oh, wait. Is that one the Nikki?
Yeah.
I thought, oh, let me see. I thought I remembered it correctly then. Incorrectly then. Let me see mine.
I think so, right? Right, Serenity? Yep, that's the Nikki. What? That's the Nikki.
Oh, okay. So it's not as structured as I thought. But yeah, I do remember that there was that extra pocket in front.
So
But yeah, this is another version of a flap bag from Saint Laurent, and it's just okay. Like I don't know how else to explain how I feel about it.
Totally,
How do you feel about it?
I tried it. It was one of the bags that with the collage bag that I looked at. The same time, the sales associate brought out the Nikki bag, and I do like the layout of the bag. I'm trying to remember. I think it has a back pocket, and then it's a flap. There's quite a big mid pocket, and then a front pocket, and it's actually a really well thought out bag. But I actually didn't like the slouch of that bag because when I carried it, it kind of like collapsed inwards, even without anything inside. So I felt like for that bag, it just didn't look. It's a look for me. I didn't like the look. It's a look of slouchiness, softness. It's very thin. Yeah, but for me, I didn't like that.
Okay, now I see what you mean now. So
crushed in.
Yeah. Because this is the empty. This is supposedly an empty bag. There's just. It's true. The way because of where it folds, and when you're carrying it, it just slouches a certain way. So the wear and tear can be something that you might not like at the end, over time.
Totally. Okay. Oh, here we got quite a. Oh, okay. Lily June would love to hear your thoughts on other bags of Hermes. Like, oh man, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pronounce everything. Veru, Ruli, Picotin. Okay, Lindy, Kelly, Dance, Kelly Pochette, and Constance. Ilan.
No, it's actually really good. You know, the thing is like we can't this is what I've
Sorry.
always said, and even when people comment on my French, which I'm even surprised they do sometimes, like comment in a negative way, I mean, that it's not fair, honestly, because like not everyone will uh speak, say, French or any other language because they don't. You can't expect them to say it properly, right? So that's number one. And number two is even the one language can have so many different pronunciation. Like English, you
Yeah, hard.
have how many ways to pronounce things in England based on different areas of England. uh Australia, New Zealand accent different than Canadian and US accent. Even within the US, there's so many accents. So like it's not fair to like judge someone based on their accent and how they pronounce things. It just doesn't make sense. And like, are we here to even talk about accents and pronunciation anyway? No, we're talking about
Bags.
bags and our opinions on things, our thought processes. It's more about sharing and learning from each other, not criticizing each other. So I think you did a great job.
Thank you. Okay, so tell me how it goes. Let me hear
Okay.
it.
Verrou, roulis, picotin,
Picot. Oh, say that again.
picotin,
Picotin. Okay.
Lindy, Kelly. Well, Kelly is English, but I guess if I really had to say it the French way, I don't even know if they would say it that way. Kelly, Mini. Oh no, Kelly, Kelly Dance, Kelly
Dance.
Pochette, Constance Elan. I think it's Elan, right?
Elon.
Must be
Elon.
has the
It feels,
accent aigu.
it feels like the throat is going backwards, right? Elon. Elon. Like you like swallowing a little bit.
I don't know. But I know that it's hard for because like my husband, he only speaks English, right? But everyone in Canada learns French as a second language anyway, except in Quebec, you learn it as your first language if you're born after 79 or 78. So I had to study French as my first. I had to study French basically till end of high school. Then you can choose, but everybody else, they have a hard time doing the R's. They have a hard time doing the en or an. In is okay, I think, but there's just some things that no matter how many times you get them to repeat, they will never get it. It's just so hard, and it's understandable. Like my parents, they could never. They can't even get some English words right, and they have had learned some English in Hong Kong at least, but it's hard. When you can't, you just can't. It's just
lots of practice. So Lily, I know we diverted, but it was funny because I was like, can I do this? That's like a lot of brands. But yeah, we should definitely do a Hermes live stream, right? And then
I already screenshotted
our
comment,
Maria
so
here.
we have all these bags that you want us to talk about.
Do like a mini French lesson as well. Awesome. Okay, I bought YSL after okay, here's one from CJ Mummy. I bought YSL after completing my Chanel collection. It's not an alternative for me. It's just similar yet more casual aesthetic. Good. Oh, that's an interesting perspective. Yeah. Wow. Completing. Will we ever complete our Chanel?
Can I ever complete? I wonder. No. I'm missing all the classics still. So if I really wanted to complete it, no.
Okay, so Missy K. So Missy K here, she's also on YouTube. Yeah, girl, from Singapore, both of us. In Singapore, there's so much queue now. It's like it used to be queue everywhere, but now it's so much that it makes you not even want to go out. Maybe that's the deterrent, right? Stay at home, shelter in place, so don't go out. But we still go out. With Singapore, I think like yesterday was 0 community cases. Like nothing. It's nothing
Maybe that's
already.
why you guys are going out more.
The queues are just everywhere. They're everywhere. I'm like, I hate queues so much.
But the problem with here is, or at least with a lot of Western countries, is that the cases are going up every single day. There's more cases, but there's still more people going out. It's the other way around. Like, you should not be going out if there's more cases. You should be trying to stay in. You know what I mean? We should be doing the opposite, but they're still hanging out. Like, am I the only one who stays at home? You know what I mean? It's sad. It's sad.
But it's
When is this
hard, you
gonna end?
know. It's like maybe I think initially, like probably staying at home was a bit of a pain, like, you know, because you see, for me, I was so used to going out every weekend, and suddenly like this, you know, lockdown, you know, in Singapore's perspective, you can't go out. It was very constricting, like just like, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life? But you know, come now, it's October. I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to go out because it's like people everywhere. Like, get out of my face.
Yeah.
Okay, Maria, I'm contemplating on the Prada re-edition in nude beige color, but I have to see it in person. But black is my other option.
Yeah, I when I saw that nude color on styled, yeah, basically either the nude or the black, they're very attractive. But even all the colors in between are very attractive too. So you really have to try it on, I think. If you order it online, then your safest bet is black for sure, yes. But if you try it on, then you can really get a feel of how it looks on you and whether you love it.
Okay, Catherine of Sweden. I read it E2E. What's E2E? A Mona bag takes 3 months to produce. Do you think the house's choice not to use advertising is working for the brand in competing with Hermes? That's interesting. Do they do use advertising? They don't. Yeah, they don't. I only know about the brand because of Mel in Melbourne.
Yeah, because of YouTube. Yeah.
And also there was a little bit of social media promotion through Bagaholic Boy when they launched their store in Singapore. And that was it. And I've never heard of the brand anymore. I was like, even because it's not a brand that is very sought after in terms of popularity, but I know people who like walks out with from the store buying the bags because they're very well made. I went inside before. The only thing that I mean thought about the bag is that it's a little heavy, but it's very, very well made. So that's one of the things that I tried, and that was like 2 years ago when they launched the store in Singapore. But yeah, not sure if not using advertising is doing good for the brand. What do you think?
I think some people like that appeal, just like how what's that brand of tote?
Goyard?
Yes. Like a lot of people like their bags because they like that nobody really knows about it or nobody really talks about it. Although it has been talked about a lot lately, since YouTube exists and since YouTube people do reviews on it. But otherwise, I would never have heard about it myself.
True.
And I think there is an appeal to, like, there is a market and there is an appeal to that market, I think, that some people like as well. I don't know. For me, it's it doesn't matter if they advertise or don't advertise. If I like a bag, I like a bag.
Yeah. Okay, here's one from Nat again. So I'm indecisive about the colors too. 2000, I choose black. That's the single handle. 2015, I'm deciding between navy, jade green. Is there a jade green? And black. Nice. I suspect a lot of people.
Nice too.
I think Clara's one is navy blue. I think so. So Nat, if you're looking for a color, you can check Clara's channel. She did a review about her bag. I believe so. Okay. MK Amy. It's not only about the YSL price point. It's not in their DNA to chase after Chanel designs. They should have their own unique designs as they had in the past. Maybe I'm too old school. Who was their designer?
You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you, MK, but it's true. Maybe because I don't know their old designs that well. So I don't really care. And yeah, I still feel like it's okay. In the end, yeah, YSL is still going to have a market anyway. I don't quite know their styles and everything before because I never looked into it either. And I don't really look into it that much now either anyway, but yeah.
Okay, Maria is answering Catherine's question about the advertising. The brand is advertising by Mona. So the brand is personally owned by Bernard Arnault. They take their time and because there's no revenue to build the brand. Isn't this guy like the owner of LV? Like,
Yep.
isn't he? Wow.
Or is he the owner or is he the what's his title? Yes, but I know he's associated with
like I'll just own my own
LV.
luxury brand, you know.
He's billionaire businessman, art collector, chairman, and chief executive of LVMH.
Wow. I say no wonder. It's kind of like Karl Lagerfeld owning his own brand, like Karl. Like, yeah, it's okay. Don't make profits, okay. It's all right. Okay, so MK is like, Catherine, I don't think everybody's like, all right, give it to me, Amy.
Moana.
Moana. Oh, Moana. Moi, as in like moi, like moi.
Yeah,
like
moi, exactly.
Oh, moi. Oh, see, okay, I get it. Moana. Okay, will ever be able to compete with Hermes? They just don't have the same heritage. I think it'll always be a niche, cheaper alternative instead. Is it cheaper, MK? It's quite expensive. I believe. I can't recall. Okay, I can't really remember, but I think they're pretty up there in the price range. I'll go and check. But anything,
I don't have enough knowledge about this brand to comment, but I wonder how are they competing with Hermes as well? Because I feel like Hermes, well, there's obviously the big three, but I think it's the big three, like those three bags, like, you know, the B, K, and C that people know about them. And that's like the whole appeal of the whole reason why anybody would even think about the Hermes, because otherwise, I mean, are you really gonna just buy Hermes silk, for example? If you, I almost feel like you buy anything Hermes because you want to get one of those bags. At least that's how it works with me. I don't know. So how are they competing with them? I'm wondering, like, which is a similar which are those similar bags that they're competing with Hermes? I think that, yeah, that's why I think it's a great brand for us to explore, maybe in a live stream. So not only will we have to do some research, but we'll get to let, you know, talk about it with everyone. Yeah,
I think that'll be good because it's quite. I guess people who maybe so this is not the right comparison because I may not agree with it, but it's sort of like when people compare YSL and then Chanel, like yeah, like that, and then they'll say like, oh, there's the Moana that compares to Hermes, but I'm trying to recall. I might be wrong. That I think Mel said they use the same leather for their bags as Hermes. I think so. I mean, we're going to research this, but I think that was one of their selling points. So that's why they have all these colors and it's very similar. So maybe. Okay, here we go. From Dimdal. So this is answering the bag for the puzzle if it's light, and they were all light. Yeah, they actually, for even for the medium, for such a big bag, like it's like this big. It's actually, you know, for the size, is actually reasonably it's reasonably weighted, right? You would think that it would be very heavy, but it's not. So the small one's actually, yeah, but the mini was super, like, felt like nothing. Like, oh. Okay, Dimdal, the newer Nikki bag has the chain strap attached to the main bag, hence the doesn't collapse anymore. Oh, okay. I think so. I remember. I can't remember the model that I tried, but when the chain was hooked to the bag, it collapsed in. So maybe this is a fix.
While you're looking up the next comment, I'm seeing some feedback on Wana. It seems like a lot of people know about, except me. Well, we don't have one here, and also, like I said, I would never have learned about it unless there was YouTube.
Totally. So this is for you, Amy.
I saw a video of Lily Rose Deep about the differences between French and English pronunciation. I think it was on Vogue website. Oh, okay, yeah, find it for me. Okay. Yeah, but the thing is still yeah, it's just pronouncing things like is hard enough as it is. Like French as it is hard enough, right? And to be not speaking French, to pronounce it, to try to even pronounce it or replicate it is quite hard. It's not hard for me because I've lived in Quebec for so long, like most of my life, but I see the struggle. Like my own parents, my own husband, some friends that don't speak French, like they can't do it. I don't know why, because I can do it, but then it is how it is. So, which is why I feel like it's just not fair for us to expect everyone to say things properly. Sometimes I had a hard time getting my English accent properly for many years. I spoke English with a very French heavy accent before, but I was a perfectionist, so I always had to get it. I had to get it right. Like I had to make myself get it right. Yeah.
You know, I had this this debate with a friend over like last weekend about the spelling of the pronunciation of cupboard. All right, you spell it CUPBOARD.
Yeah.
Cupboard. And I say, if you spell it to a person who doesn't read, like who doesn't know that you pronounce it as cupboard, you would say cupboard.
Yes, it's true.
Right. So people who read it, they may laugh at you, but actually it's just the way it is. So even in English, you got this weird, like, it's cupboard, okay, not cupboard. You would pronounce cupboard as CUBBAD, cupboard.
Funny you say that, because you don't even want to hear my parents or my mom try to pronounce anything. It would make no sense to you, but it makes total sense to me because I'm so used to how she pronounces things.
I know. You know, for the longest time, okay, I know we're diverting a little bit, but I'll tell you my grandma. So my grandmother, who doesn't speak an inch of English, okay, so, I mean, she speaks only Cantonese. So every time my brother comes home, or he's not home, but she will ask, where is my brother? And my brother's name is David, okay, in his English name. David. No. My grandma would call it, where's baby?
What? What?
Baby, like David, baby.
Oh. That's very Filipino, actually.
Baby, hay邊度啊? Baby 有嚟冇?
No, maybe not Filipino. You know how Filipinos they say
baby.
No, they say like the P like a B, or the other way around. I can't remember. It's so funny.
because D is hard. D, right? So my grandma would just say, baby lah, baby, like B. And I used to tease my brother, hey, you're not David anymore, you're baby.
Yeah. But we know what they're saying. We know what they're saying.
All right, Missy K. We had a little diversion laugh. How is Forêt Lepage perceived? I'm curious. It seems it's really more of an understated bag. I have one, and I bought it mainly because I preferred the make of the bag compared to Goyard. But yeah, I think again, because of YouTube and social media, they're becoming very popular, but it's not as known. So therefore, I guess it's more understated. I like it. I think it's very popular. It's getting popular as well. Have you seen it? Have you seen before?
We don't have this brand, but I think from memory of what I read about this brand is that they started as a. Do they make like holders for arms, like for weapons?
Yeah.
That's how they started. I don't know how they progressed into a luxury handbag brand. I'm not, but that's how they started. Don't know why they, but yeah, I think that's what I remember reading somewhere.
That's true. Their background, I think they make the leather covers and cases for the army, and then they probably continued their art into luxury bags. I love it. I love the way people can pivot their business from dealing things to do with the army to luxury.
But I guess it makes sense because like you would only want to go towards a direction where it's not only profitable but is where sustainable and what people want. Like people are into luxury bags, or at least there's a need there, there's a niche there. So
okay, we are past the 2-hour mark because we chatted way too long. Well, maybe we'll stick around for another 5 minutes. Yeah, 5-10 minutes. We'll just cover the rest and then we'll call it a day. I found out about Moana. I'm getting it. On the back, a book series, Crazy Rich Asian. Oh,
isn't there a movie?
Yeah. There's a movie which I did watch. Did you watch the movie?
I did. I don't remember seeing the bag though. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
There's a great sequence of the bag.
Moana is the first luggage house to be founded by a woman and is older than MS. Oh, see, this is really good information. I think definitely we should do a history like roundup about this brand and get corrected, of course, because we're not, we're doing it by research. Okay, here we go. I know the Moana Gabrielle, on the same name, looks like the Kelly, but I personally prefer the Gabrielle. Oh, maybe it's partly because of the unique clasp, which is the letter M, my initials. Okay. Yeah, they have that front curvy clasp at the front part. Okay, I think that's about it. But 2 more. Let's go get this one. I have a Moana trunk from the late 1800s. What? Wow. Their heritage is very interesting and the quality is impeccable. Was just looking at their bags in store the other day with my new friend, the manager.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay, last one. Catherine, true. The brand has gone quiet, if not literally dead for decades and decades. And besides, does their current design have something to do with what they've done 70 years ago?
He was answering someone about something. What are we? Oh, Moana. Okay, Moana. Yeah.
All right. Let's do one more. This is to address the Filipino. I think it's P and F that always sound interchange, as in I and E sound, I think.
Yeah, I for me, My husband's Filipino, so he speaks perfect English, but like his, you know, his parents
Relative.
and all the relatives, they still have a bit of, actually quite a bit of accent, but it's cute because like I can recognize Filipino accent from a mile away. But I cannot recognize the different dialects. That I cannot do. But it's just, yeah, I've
It's
just,
sort of like when Singaporeans look at me and they say that
yeah,
when I
yeah,
start
yeah,
to
yeah,
talk, yeah, then they look at me like, you're not Singaporean, is it? Then I'm like, no, I'm Malaysian. Because they catch me when I speak Mandarin or when I pretend to speak Mandarin. But when, because I teach my gym, okay, diversion again, and then I see this list of names of members coming to my class. So some of them have the usual English names, and then some of them have the Chinese names, which I swear I cannot pronounce. So especially the one with XINZHEE. I'm like, Xin Yi. And then the girl look at me like, and then she will, it comes out so beautifully, but it just doesn't come out. It comes out as English, like Xin Yi.
yeah.
But we try. But we always try. Oh my gosh. Okay. So thank you to everybody. And I apologize for the, we apologize for the delay. But yeah, the initial slides were like, oh my gosh, 1 hour and 15 minutes. And we want to get through all your comments. It's awesome. We hope you enjoyed this. And if you really like this kind of, slides with other bag brands, make sure you check out Amy's channel last week's live stream. I will link it down below. Make sure you check that out. And before you go, don't forget to give us a thumbs up for these. And we will see you in our next live stream. Bye, everybody.